Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, the Avs are looking to bring the Stanley Cup back to Denver after 21 years. But this team is doing it their way.
I'm not looking back too much on what we did. We're going to write our own story here.
The Avs are warming up on the ice, and Denver is transforming into a hockey capital to welcome fans.
Stunning video this morning, absolutely stunning, out of Yellowstone. You see a home collapsing into an overflowing river. Park officials are rushing visitors out of the park at the height of tourist season. We'll look into the earliest they could possibly reopen the gates there.
And it is your last chance to look up at the big bright moon. The strawberry moon reaches its peak tonight, and we're showing off some of your stunning photos. It is so bright and so detailed. It's like distracted driving right now. It's really pretty.
You drive like this. I see. I haven't even noticed.
You can't help but stare at the moon right now. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Lisa Hidalgo at keeping an eye on the forecast. It really felt nice walking outside this morning, though, a cool down.
Yeah, by the way, you two probably shouldn't admit that on live TV. All this
I said
distracted.
It's like
distracted.
Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful out there this morning, and you're going to see and feel the change with a cold front racing through. Right now, we're actually picking up a little snow on the peaks as you get up in through the northern and central mountains. It's going to be a beautiful scene there with our sunrise. Down across the plains, dry conditions, lots of sunshine early this morning, but it's going to be quite a bit cooler. Low to mid 50s right now. We're looking at winds that have shifted, cold front racing through, and so it's going to bring with it much cooler weather. We tied the record high yesterday of 99. Today we're going to be about 15 degrees cooler, mid to upper 70s by noon. Some really pretty patio weather, and then this afternoon we'll hit highs anywhere from 80 to about 85. Denver right around 82, Evergreen 76, more low to mid 60s for the foothills today. So everybody's seeing a bit of a cool down. Well, everybody but southeastern Colorado. It's hot down there still, upper 90s. We're going to be back in the 90s here in town. I'll show you that on the Super 7 Day coming up.
And we had plenty of overnight construction, and then some of it was lingering here this morning, including here on I-70. You see, it looks like an increased traffic here on the eastbound side of I-70 going through where it will be the eventual eastbound side tunnel right there, open in the next month or so. But that eastbound side is open as it's slowly releasing from that overnight construction. You can see the drive time right now at about 15 minutes, so there's some of that lingering delay. But if you leave the house the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, it should be wide open for you. Right here on I-76, exiting at Sheridan. Take a look from the camera there. You still see some of the flashing lights. Just a hazard. No delay for us right now as it's one lone crash over there on I-76. The rest of the drive times look pretty standard for us for an early morning drive anywhere you want to go, including to or from the airport, about 10 minutes out that way.
Thank you, Jason. Well, it is almost here. The Avs take on the Tampa Bay Lightning tomorrow night at Ball Arena for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah, take a look. The Lightning are already in town. Our Denver 7 crew was there as they checked into their hotel yesterday afternoon. The Lightning are coming in as back-to-back Stanley Cup winners. The Avs, of course, hoping to snap that streak.
That's right. Avs fans have been waiting 2 decades for this moment to see the Stanley Cup come back to Denver. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us live. We can't say it enough that this event is huge for the city.
It really is. Just over 30 hours now until we see that puck drop right here behind me at Ball Arena for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Denver preparing for the very big day. We are talking broadcast crews out here. They're also getting ready. Gear also being prepared for those players and, of course, for all of the fans who are eventually going to be out here. And those are just really part of the preparations. We know ESPN crews, they actually arrived very early yesterday morning, trying to gather up everything and get ready for those 2 broadcasts. There are at least 2 stages here. Kroenke Sports and Entertainment also hard at work. They told Denver 7 crews plan to work around the clock. They're going to be creating different fan installations. Those are going to be right outside of the doors here at the arena. And then they're also going to be on hand to help with the variety of TV shows that are going to be in this area come tomorrow evening. Like we mentioned, this is a huge game, and everyone working here is well aware of that.
It is an amazing setup, and you realize that this game is going to go across the world over 185 countries. So you can imagine the number of cameras, microphones, special effects mics that we have in place.
And we've said this for a while now. This isn't just great for the Avalanche and all of those fans, but also for the city of Denver and the other sports teams we have here. The Nuggets, the Broncos, Rockies, even the Rapids. Listen to what the Denver Sports Commission had to say.
It's really hard to overstate the significance of hosting a major championship series like this. I think people are going to understand that we're a major sports destination. You know, I think you can feel it with our fans and people going to the game. It's pretty palpable, the excitement that's going on, and it hasn't even started yet. So.
And those preps not only happening right here outside of Ball Arena, they're also happening over at Tivoli Square as well as McGregor Square. That's where those other two watch parties are going to be. So you have plenty of options. And of course, we're going to run you through what exactly is going to be a part of those watch parties coming up here in the next half hour. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
It's going to be exciting no matter where you watch the game. Thank you, Veronica. Hard to believe now, but it was just 5 years ago the Avs were actually the worst team in the league. General manager Joe Sakic, who lifted the cup when the Avs won back in 1996 and 2001, is a huge part of the team's current transformation. They were back on the ice yesterday at Ball Arena. They haven't played a game in over a week. They've had some time to rest, but they are trying to stay laser focused.
I think at this point of the year, it's not very hard to get up for the games. You know, it's the finals, so it doesn't matter if it will be 40-day break. You know, I think everybody will be mentally ready to play, and obviously we have had a couple of good practices here, and we have a tomorrow too and the morning skate. So I don't think it's going to be a problem, and for sure not any excuse. So it's every individual's responsibility to be ready.
The mindset that we have is just being ready, staying ready. You know, we're not using anything as an excuse. We're just, you know, if we're getting 8 days off, we're getting 8 days off, and we're going to make sure we practice hard and we rest up and we're ready to go.
Yeah, a couple players have had time to heal up a little bit. Odds makers have picked the Avs to win the Stanley Cup from the start of the season. That remains the same this morning. Most sports books have the Avs favored to win the series. They do expect it to go the full 7 games, though. But stick with Denver 7 all day tomorrow. Our Game 1 coverage starts right here, dark and early at 4:30 a.m. and then tune in later at 5:30 p.m. for our pregame show and our postgame show immediately after the game.
Well, outside, investigators are now looking into the decision to chase a suspect on I-225. 6 people ended up hurt, including 2 police officers, and the highway was closed for several hours yesterday. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us live. Christian, Denver police say they were chasing a possibly dangerous suspect.
Yeah, that's right. And this happened from Denver to Aurora. And Denver officers spotted a car that had actually been linked to an earlier shooting from previously on Monday. Denver police were investigating a shooting that happened around noon in the parking lot of Bass Pro Shops on East Northfield Boulevard. And around 4:30 p.m., officers saw the suspected vehicle near 46th Avenue and Tower Road. And that's when the pursuit began and eventually went on to I-225. Police bumped into the back wheels to try to get the car to spin and stop. Police call this a pursuit intervention technique, and the move led to a crash involving 7 cars. Police say the driver shot himself. He was taken to the hospital and he is in critical condition right now. 5 other people were taken to the hospital. 2 of them are Denver police officers. They are all expected to recover. The critical incident response team is conducting an independent investigation into the crash. Meanwhile, Denver police will continue gathering evidence on that shooting from earlier in the day. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. Well, all entrances to Yellowstone National Park are closed this morning because of what officials call unprecedented flooding and mudslides. You can see in this drone video how high the Gardner River has risen. It was caused by heavy rain and melting snowpack. The flooding has wiped out buildings and homes.
Oh, you can see. There it goes.
Unbelievable. An entire house swept away in that river. Park officials say the closure of the park will last at least through Wednesday. They're trying to evacuate visitors right now. The rain, of course, coming at the height of the tourist season. Over 3 million people are expected to visit Yellowstone through the fall. And parts of Rocky Mountain National Park are also closed because of flooding. You cannot get access to the North Inlet Access Road, East Inlet Trail, Bowen Gulch, or the Holsworth Historic Site.
Well, we do have some good news. Smoke from an Arizona wildfire has moved out of our state. It was hard to see the mountains and the foothills yesterday, which you might remember it was hazy like this all last summer. We saw more than 75 ozone action days in 2021 thanks to wildfires, dry weather, and car emissions. And at one point, our air quality was considered the worst in the world. The National Weather Service says the outlook for this summer isn't great either.
Prevailing flow loft is usually out of the west, is what we see here. So that set us up for a persistent transport of smoke into Colorado, which is what we saw last year.
Experts say to make sure you check the air quality before you head outside and just stay inside if you can, if bad air quality affects your health. Well, you have one more night to check out the strawberry moon in full.
Yeah, check out these photos from our Discover Colorado Facebook group. It's called the strawberry moon, not for its color, even though it is kind of red, but because it takes place during the strawberry harvest season. Astronomers call the phenomenon a supermoon because it occurs when the orbit is closest to the Earth. The strawberry moon is expected to reach full brightness tonight. And we want to see your photos. You can post them on the Discover Colorado Through Your Photos Facebook group.
Wall Street is tumbling right now. We're breaking down what a bear market means and where all three major indices stand ahead of today's opening bell.
And Airbnb is making it easier for travelers to see winemaking up close. The listings you can find right here in Colorado.